So the first way that people fail is that they turn up and they've done no research, and like I said, they go in green and they turn up on the first couple of days and they start doing their inductions, and there are stories, legendary stories of people getting off planes and wanting to be put straight back on planes again because they look around and it's not going to be for them straight away. But I'm talking about the people that fail in the first day or 2 or 3 days when they get up there and they basically go, holy fuck, this isn't what I thought it was going to be, get me the hell out of here. And you can see it, it's written all over their face, and there's a large number of people that do that, and unfortunately, they've burnt a lot of money, they probably quit their job, they've got to go back down to where they came from and get another job because, they've got up there and gone, holy shit, it's not for me. So again, if you had done the training, you probably would have worked out it wasn't going to be for you and you wouldn't have got on the plane to start with. So that's the first point that people fail. Second point people fail is once they learn the job. So they get up there, they go through all the inductions, we get them into the truck or we get them nippering or in with the Agi driver to help to learn what the job is, and they start doing the job, and again, it's holy fuck. If I knew what this job was going to entail, there's no way I would have accepted it and there's no way I would have come up here. So again, if you'd done the training, you probably would have drawn a line under it at that point and not bothered pursuing it. So if you're up there and you're 3 to 4 weeks into it and you quit, again, you've burnt through a whole heap of money getting to the job. You've got to turn around and find another job when you go back to wherever you came from to sort yourself out so you've got employment. It just becomes a great big fucking mess, unfortunately. So that's one of the reasons why we wrote the training, to stop this happening, because you can see the looks on people's faces when they come up to you to quit. You know that they're going to quit before they actually get to you and quit, because you can just see it written all over their face. The next one, the third one, is to do with people that can't follow instructions. So this is more from a shift boss's perspective. If you can't follow instructions and we're not happy that you're going to do what we actually want you to do, then you don't have a job. We do get a certain amount of people that come in from industries where they think that they've got a lot of experience that'll transfer, that can't be told what to do, and in the end they normally last 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 weeks, and they get put on a plane and sent out home because we can't have you on site unless we're happy that you're going to follow instructions. Okay, so the fourth one is this person gets up there and they get passed out on the truck and they go and start doing the job by themselves, and it's like, holy shit, they want me to fucking work. I've actually got to do 12 hours. They really want their pound of flesh for their $100,000 a year that they're paying me to drive the truck. And a lot of people just, balk at that, the fact that they've actually got to work. So you get a whole heap of people that quit once they work out that this job isn't just going to be sitting on your ass all day driving around cruisy. It's actually, they want you to work. If your truck's not doing something, they want you to jump on service crew. They want you to go to nipper. There's always something to do. Number 5 is can't make FIFO work. So this can be for a number of different reasons that you can't make FIFO work. It can be a partner thing in Perth. It also can be a sleep thing. I didn't know this. The second person that I ever got on a crew when I first went shift bossing, they had a sleep problem where a certain percentage, I think it's about 9% of the population, can't do night shift because their body physically won't allow them to sleep during the day. And that was the second person that I ever got on a crew when I first started shift bossing. They had that issue. They just couldn't physically sleep during the day. So when night shift rolled around, they lasted about 4 days or 4 nights on night shift, and then a decision had to be made to their future employment, which it was, they can't, if you can't do night shift, then you don't have a job, unfortunately. And so FIFO, it's not for everybody. It's pretty hard to work out whether FIFO is going to be for you or not. That's one of the ones where you just got to go up there and suck it and see. But yeah, there's a lot of incidences where people's partners, they get 6 months into it and it's not working for the partner, so they have to pull out for that reason. They're all valid reasons, and that's, if it's not working, you much rather save your relationship than your job. So yeah, but that's the 5th reason they can't make it work. The 6th reason is I'm not going anywhere. I've got 18 months on the truck. Yeah, it's just not going in. I'm quitting. And one of the big reasons that people end up in that position is because they're not told directly what they're getting themselves into and the real expectations are. So if you're just floating along in your job like you would be on a council or something like that with one of these mining production jobs, you aren't going anywhere. They're looking for people that are go-getters. They need people that aren't just going to sit in a truck and wait for more instructions. They're looking for people that are going to seize the day, grab it, go and do what they've got to do. And that's how you make your way up through the ranks. We tell you all about that in the training. We're not backwards in coming forwards and telling you what's going to be required for you to get up through the ranks, and also giving you the tools and knowledge to do it. So what happens to a lot of people that get stuck on trucks is that they go in, they barely scrape it through. All they do is learn how to drive the truck. They get thrown onto service crew for a little while. They either say something like, oh, that's not my job, or they don't perform very well because they don't understand what's going on. Again, if you do the training, there's a full service crew course, so you know what service crew is, so you can make a really good impression first up, which makes a big difference. But if you don't make a good impression first up, it's easy to get stuck on a truck and getting perceived as dead wood. Dead wood are people that just float along. That's why they call them dead wood. You don't want to be labelled as dead wood. If you are, it's one way to get around it is to quit that job and go and get another job somewhere else, or you can just put your head down, bum up, and just have a go. It gets noticed. When people do turn around and start having a go, it really does get noticed. Everything gets noticed by management. Shift bosses and foremen are watching everybody like a hawk because they've got to. And the last one is, the seventh one is the 2-year mark. They get a lot of people that decide after 2 years that mining's not going to be for them. So it's 3 in 5 fail in the first 6 months, and there's only 2 in 10 left after 2 years. It's not that they failed or anything like that. It's just a point that they decide that, mining's no longer to be for them, and they exit from the industry. Everybody has a love-hate relationship with mining. Like, I was at the 6-year mark when I had enough of it, and I came back down to Perth and worked in a servo for 4 months before I worked out that I really need money to survive and had to go back again. But, everybody has that love-hate relationship with it at some point. You need to get your head straight and understand what your goals are and set out yourself a plan, because that's the easiest way to go through. But those are the 7 ways that people fail getting into the mining industry, and the easiest way to make sure it doesn't happen to you is to educate yourself, to use the Intro to Underground Mining course. It's only $495. They take Zip and Afterpay and PayPal and all that sort of stuff. It just goes through everything that you need to know.